35 years of interfaith pride. Happy Pride, Washington, D.C. Yeah, raise it up. 35 years. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name's Dwayne Johnson, the senior pastor of the Metropolitan Community Church of Washington, D.C., where we are tonight on behalf of the congregation, the board of directors, trustees, and pastoral care ministers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I also bring you greetings from our associate pastor, Reverend Kathy Alexander, who's teaching out of state tonight, and she is with us by live stream, so we're grateful for that. And I also bring you greetings from MCC Council of Elders with us tonight on live stream from Germany, Mexico, around the world. So this is a global event tonight, and we're so glad that you're here. Thank you for being here tonight. And my thank you is not just for tonight. It's for collectively being here for 35 years, making a difference in this city. Looking back for 35 years of aspiration, inspiration, perspiration, truth-telling, protesting, demanding equality, fairness, transparency, human rights, transformation, and I do mean transformation. And and being here tonight to look forward to new generations, new creativity, and new causes that support human flourishing. And with me tonight is a special announcement about a new cause for human flourishing just announced today. Could you bring the amazing news for our community?
Yes. Good morning, family. Good afternoon. I got this news that, this God-given news that I don't know if it's morning or afternoon. I got a call yesterday from the DCHD director, Polly Donaldson, who said that, Mary's House put in a grant for construction. It's a giant grant. Our project is $4.4 million. We put in a grant that would allow us to carry a debt of $200,000. So we got the call, and we were told that we get the full amount that we asked for. So on this Pride Interfaith Day, on this Pride Day of Miracles, it says that we will only have to raise $200,000 to get the thing built, right? And that God's got us all the way. So thank you for your support, your prayers. Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Yes. And now let us pray. Creator of all that is holy, we acknowledge your presence is already here tonight. Your presence indeed is here in all the colors, in all the celebration, in each and every person. Your presence is here manifested in every powerful thought and every powerful idea. Your presence is here, and in your presence we are stronger together. You give us pride. You give us hope. Now we may celebrate tonight with fullness and with joy, in your many names, and in the name of all that is holy. Amen.
Hello, everyone. Who here has pride? I hope everyone in this room does. And this year, specifically for me, I was reminded why we celebrate Pride every year, because of the many people who are experiencing Pride for the first time. Whether that be here in a place of faith, whether that be at an event during DC Black Pride, at Trans Pride, at the Parade or Festival. It is an opportunity where we all can have an opportunity to treasure and celebrate who we are as individuals, but also as a community. And we all need to remember that we need to be with each other and be stronger together. And I hope after this service is over this evening that we know that we should have pride every day of the year and be able to listen and to be supportive of those in our community 365. So thank you for being here this evening. Thank you for having pride. Hopefully thankful for you giving pride and for you to acknowledge that we are a community of strength, a community of hope, and hopefully a community of passion and inspiration. So thank you very much for being here.
Hello, my name is Ranjana Kohli. I'm coming to you on behalf of IFC, which stands for the Interfaith Conference of Metropolitan Washington, which was created in 1978, and which brings together faith communities to promote dialogue, understanding, and a sense of community throughout the DC region. We will be having a 13th annual Unity Walk on September 9th from 12:30 to 5 p.m. And we would welcome you guys to join us while we walk down Massachusetts Avenue, visiting different houses of worship and other religious centers in a public celebration of solidarity among different faiths and cultures in our region. Thank you.
Well, here we are. Every year we get together for a homecoming, a wonderful, loving homecoming. I'm so glad that we're here.
We are so grateful that you've come out to join with us. We're honored that we have a home both here in MCC and in other congregations and other places of worship that have hosted us over the 35 years. We also have a home in DC, sponsored through the district government, called Center Faith at the DC Center. And so we are excited about being able to continue spreading the message of faith across all of our paths and journeys throughout the year. So we hope that you'll visit us at Center Faith and that you'll visit the center and engage yourselves in all the other center-related activities that are there for our community.
And I'm Eric Eldridge, and one of the coordinators of Center Faith. And unlike other services, I ask you to turn your phone on and check into Facebook and join Center Faith so that we can share this throughout the year. One of the hardest things that we do here in this city is get together. It is so easy for us to schedule ourselves out, but the Interfaith Forum that we had recently, not this Saturday, but the Saturday before, brought people together, and we had a really good discussion of what it means to be family together. And that is one thing that we understand. The LGBT community has been at the forefront of bringing people together. I grew up using a family Bible to drive people apart, and that is not my path anymore. I'm proudly a radical fairy. I'm in Stone Circle Wicca and a minister in training with Circle Sanctuary. And this community here...
Speaking of being busy.
Life is short. I have less years ahead than I have behind. So it's time for all of us to look forward and to look back in this service and with the theme that we have to find what we can do to bring people together and make change in the world.
And I'm Durham Oak, one of the other coordinators. And I wanted to take a brief moment to acknowledge another member of the Department of DC's government here, Regina Jefferson, who is here from the Department of Health. And she and I and some other folks gather together each month in what's called the Places of Worship Advisory Board. George Kerr sits on that body, and Bishop Cheeks has served on that body before. And we would like to invite all of you from whatever path that you are in to become a part of the Places of Worship Advisory Board, which allows us to deal with whole person health across the district and the DMV, because we work in partnership now with Maryland and Virginia and West Virginia. So we invite you to share your message of whole person health across the board through the faith community. So Regina's here and she has some information if you're interested. We'd love to see you every second Friday from 11 to 1, and we serve lunch.
Nice. And you'll notice in your program that the Rainbow History Project has been a part of our community. Back in 2014, they brought us together to talk about the histories of our congregations. And you have just a taste of that information in your program booklet, where we're looking at the history of how we came together. This poster came from Stepping Out. We have an amazing network of welcoming congregations who have been the places to incubate LGBT congregations that are here in the city. And Center Faith was born out of, Rainbow History has really helped us find things. This is from the AIDS quilt. back in 1983. How many of you were here for the quilts back then? Do you remember when it fit inside the ellipse? And then it didn't. And so that history is our history, and people of faith came together to hold prayer vigils. And we're going to hear more about that today. So we welcome you, and we are so glad to bring this community together. If you'll turn eye to eye and just say, I am glad you're here. I'll see you next year.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Bhutan Gray, and this is the Love Gospel Choir. And we want to say a message, a simple message to encourage, grateful. 35 years. We should be grateful. It wasn't always going to be sunshine. Sometimes it was going to be some rain. But if we didn't have the rain, we couldn't grow. And so we want to be grateful. Look at your neighbor and just say, be grateful.
God has not promised me a sunshine. That's not the way it's going to be. But a little to feel your longings, every pain that you feel. He feels them just like you. But he cares too much to let you feel only good. So you can
Peace be upon you. I'll be reciting the call to prayer from the Muslim tradition, the Adhan. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadur Rasulullah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadur Rasulullah. Hayya lis-salah. Hayya lis-salah. Hayya lil-falah. Hayya lil-falah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. Thank you.
Janice White, Minister in Training, Circle Sanctuary. We call to the east, the place of the power of air, to secrets whispered by the wind in the hemlocks, the first cry of the newborn joining the world, and the one shared song to which we join our voices all the mornings of our lives. We call to the east, hail and welcome!
Hail and welcome.
We call to the south, place of power of fire, to the unpredictable cloud path of lightning, the youthful spark kindled in us in the midsummer sunlight, and the thundering pulse at our feet, all of our lives to the dance. We call to the south, hail and welcome!
Hail and welcome. We call to the west, place of the power of water, to the depths which keep their secrets in silence, the cold of the well in the heat of the evening, and the cup passed to us to share all our lives. We call to the west, hail and welcome.
Hail and welcome.
We call to the north, place of the power of earth, to the mountain on whose black bones green flesh is growing, the ancient oak that lies waiting in the acorn, and the land that nourishes us until it receives us at life's end. We call to the north, hail and welcome.
Hail and welcome.
And now we call to the masks of the divine. We offer you thanks and praises, God, who appears to us as male, as the sacred one, the man of the oak and holly, as father, brother, lover, son. You are the gardener of the green earth, and the world is your abundant harvest. For the food before us and for our share in the labor, may we always be grateful.
We offer you thanks and praises, Goddess, who appears to us as female, as a woman of the changing moon, the queen of heaven and the lady of the wild places. You are the mother of all life, and the world is your laboring womb. For our loving place in earth's household, we will always be grateful.
We offer you thanks and praises, Spirit who appears to us both male and female, as healer and trickster, as breaker of shackles and exchanger of shapes. You are the opener of the way, and the world is our path to you. For our sacred choices, for our freedom, may we always be grateful.
We offer you thanks and praises, Spirit, who appears to us neither male or female, for the unnameable, as the pillar of fire and the startless dark. You are the foundation of all hopes, and the world is your unbroken promise. For our hope, our dreams of peace and justice, may we always be grateful.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
María, llena eres de gracia, el Señor es contigo. Bendita tú eres entre todas las mujeres, y bendito es el fruto de tu vientre, Jesús. Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega, Señora, por nosotros los pecadores, ahora y en la hora de nuestra muerte. Amén. Para atrás ni para coger impulso. We look forward 35 years, and we see our growth, our strength, and our union. We learn from what we remember, from our ancestors, but para atrás ni para coger impulso. We take our lessons and experiences, and we draw our future where others will benefit. H, H, H.
Para atrás ni para coger impulso. Recordamos 35 años atrás y entendemos que hemos crecido, fortalecido y nuestra unión. Aprendimos lo que recordamos y nuestros ancestros, pero para atrás ni para coger impulso. Nos llevamos lo aprendido, nuestras experiencias y dibujamos un futuro donde otros se podrán beneficiar. Ashe, 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 ashe.
Tikha hashofar l'chedusenu, sound the great shofar of our freedom. Do not remember the former things, or consider the things of old. I am about to do a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and the rivers in the desert. The wild animals will honor me, the jackals and the ostriches, for I give water in the wilderness, rivers, and in the desert, to give drink to my chosen people, the people whom I formed for myself, so that might declare my praise.
We're going to invite you in a moment to join us in this round. We're going to do it for you, and then we're going to invite you to join us. The words are, may I be an instrument of peace. May I be an instrument of peace.
An instrument of peace. May I be an instrument of peace. May I be an instrument of peace. May I be an instrument of May I be an instrument of peace. May I be an instrument of peace.
we call to you. Janus, you who stand in the doorway, you who are the doorway itself, the gate of decisions and possibilities, divine spirit looking both forward and backward, gazing alike on the pathways of our ancestors behind us and our descendants ahead of us, and walking beside us right now. Seeing for each of us and embracing all we have ever been, all we are, and all we ever shall become. So, Spirit of comings and goings, if there is anything you wish to say to us tonight, we are ready to listen. If there is anything you wish to show us tonight, our eyes are open. If there is anything you wish to reveal to us together tonight, our minds are ready to learn. We know you are with us always, but help us to feel right now that you are standing beside us in the doorway between where we have been and where we are all going. And let the way be open. Janus, hail and welcome.
Asank Nav, Asank Tav, Agam Agam, Asank Loe, Asank Kahi Sir Barar Hoy, Akri Nam, Akri Salah, Akri Gigan, Geet Gan Gaha, Akri Likan Bol Ban, Akara Sir Sanjod Vakan, Jin Ai Like Tis Siri Nahi, Jiv Farmae Tiv Tiv Bai. Jeta kita data now, Vinavi nahi ko tahao. Kudrat kavan kaha vikchar, Variya na java ek bar. Jo tud bavis sei bali kar, Tu sada salamt nirkar.
Countless names, countless places, inaccessible, unapproachable, countless celestial bodies. Even to call them countless is to carry weight on your head. The word brings the sacred vibration, the Nam. The word brings praise. The word brings wisdom and the singing of songs of the universe's glory. The word brings the written and spoken words and hymns. The word brings destiny written on one's forehead, but the writer of destiny has no destiny written there. As the universe proclaims, so do we receive. Whatever you do, it is in the name of the One. Without your name, there is no place at all. Think about the mighty creative potency. I cannot even begin to describe you. Whatever pleases you, all will be blessed. You always protect us, formless one. Satnam.
From Psalm 78. I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings from of old, things that we have heard and known, that our ancestors have told us. We will not hide them from our children. We will tell to the coming generation the glorious deeds of Hashem and God's might, and the wonders that God has done. God established a decree in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which God commanded to our ancestors, to teach to their children, that the next generation might know them, the children yet unborn, and rise up and tell them to their children, so that they should set their hope in God and not forget the works of God, but keep God's commandments.
We'll begin with Luke. As he spoke through the mouth of his holy prophets from of old, that we would be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all who hate us. Thus he has shown the mercy promised to our ancestors and has remembered his holy covenant, the oath that he swore to our ancestor Abraham, to grant us that we, being rescued from the hands of our enemies, might serve him without fear, in holiness and righteousness before him all of our days.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 12. In everything do unto others as you would have them do to you, for this is the law and the prophets.
Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but it rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when completeness comes, what is in part disappears. When I was a child, I talked like a child, I thought like a child, I reasoned like a child. When I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. For now we see only a reflection in a mirror. Then we shall see face to face. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And now these three remain: faith, hope, love. But the greatest of these is love.
From the Holy Quran, chapter 17, verse 12. We have made the night and the day as two of our signs. The sign of the night have we obscured, while the sign of the day we have made to enlighten you, that ye may seek bounty from your Lord, and that ye may know the number and count of the years, all the things we have explained in detail. Chapter 19 from the Quran. And mention in the scripture Mary, when she withdrew from her people to an eastern location, the labor pains came upon her by the trunk of a palm tree, where Jesus calls beneath her, "Do not worry, God has placed a stream beneath you, and shake the trunk of the palm tree towards you, and it will drop ripe dates by you." Chapter 24 from the Quran. Teaching descendants. But when the children come among you of age, let them also ask for permission, as do those senior to them in age. Thus does God make clear signs to you. For God is full of knowledge and wisdom.
I go. Amen. I go. Amen. Because of the power of the drum, it was hushed for so many years. The colonizers did not want the message to go through, so the playing was forbidden. Now we have taken back the sound of the drum. It belongs to us. It's part of our heartbeat. We resume the joyful praise of the drum. We call out Sankofa. We go back and get our freedom. We call upon the old and new ancestors, unindomitable spirits. Jianyame! Jianyame! We pour for the struggle of the people of God. We pour for the struggle of those in the LGBTQ movement that have lost their lives. We pour and we wail for the ancestors. Call out the names of those that have gone on. Ashe, 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 Ashe. We pour. We ask their spirits to come, take a seat with us, reminding each other that we will never forget them, that every closed eye is not gone, and their spirits are here with us.
We look forward, we learn, we dream the reality of the future. We welcome the future. We welcome those that have come before us and the descendants that come after us. We welcome the future.
every man. We're the generation that can't afford to wait. The future started yesterday, and we're already late.
Sing along with me if you're out there.
dictionary, grace is an unmerited favor that's bestowed upon us. And for those of us who have to walk this walk and talk this talk and live this life, the ability to get from Monday to Tuesday to Wednesday to Thursday to Friday to Saturday, from January through February, through March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, 2018 to 2019 to 2020, we have to recognize this grace. We have to recognize this grace. There are times when things should happen and they don't happen. That's grace. There are times when an accident should occur and we just missed it. That's grace. There are times when we should have gotten bad news, but instead it's a good report. And that's what we call grace. Just look at somebody next to you and say, grace.
Where would I be? Well, a whole lot of us, if it wasn't for grace, wouldn't be up in here. I've been asked to do, first, can we just put our hands together? Oh, come on, you can do better than that. And these musicians over here want to make me throw my shoe up over there. 35 years, for those who may not know me, I'm Bishop Cheeks from Inner Light Ministries, and I've been asked to do a summation, and I'm trying to think of how to get that in there. 35 years of looking back so that we can move forward. I was talking to some young people the other day, and they had no clue of what the struggle that we have been through. And some of that I have to also blame some of the elders, including myself. Because we got to tell them it wasn't always like this. We are, think of this, in this room we got Christians, Muslims, Sikh, straight folks, white folks, black folks. Am I missing anybody? Radical fairies. Everybody up in the house together, being able to celebrate. Huh? But our family is like every other family. I don't know about your family, but in my family, there's some crazy folks. Y'all know when you're at the picnic and you go, oh, here he comes. All of us got one of those. Don't leave me by myself. Come on. We all have one of those in the family. And we have one of those in the family. George, leave me alone. We have one. But when you operate out of a space of love, it will conquer all of those things. I tell people all the time, you have to love me because I ain't going away. Even when I mess up, you just as well love me because I'm going to keep coming back and going, hug me, come on, hug me, huh? Oh, come on, you can do it, come on. And that's what families do. And coming together and having this worship service this way is to remind us, sometimes we got family members that get on our nerves. See, I'm laughing because my folks know sometimes certain words come out of my mouth, you know. One of my, Dr. Wiley told me, she said, Rainey, just remember, you got to have a cuss room. Because if you're working with people, they're going to make you cuss. And I went back and reported to her that I have a cuss room. I actually have a portable one. I don't always make it in the room, but it's there. Amen. So I see y'all got one too, huh? But I don't want us to miss what's going on. 35 years of looking back of how this started, and this is my 24th year. Next month, Inner Light celebrates 25 years. Amen. And to get through this stuff, sometimes it's uncomfortable when you have to face some of your stuff. But when you operate out of a space of love, I do an exercise sometimes when I do conflict stuff, and I take a knife and a bowl of water, and I say, try to cut the water. Water has enough sense to come back together. And if blood is thicker than water, then we got to have enough sense to come back together. So I'm going to challenge you on something, and that is, yes, we have 35 years of looking back and how we struggled to get to where we are, and some of it has been messy and some of it has been uncomfortable, but we're still here. Huh? One of the challenges I'm going to give to, as we say, I'm in Southeast, everybody, is to make sure you talk to somebody you don't know before you leave. We tend to sit in our groups and hang out with the folks we know. So before you get out of here, make sure you talk to somebody you don't know. So when I come up to you, I'm just going to go and say, hug me anyway, hug me anyway. Because that's how we're going to move forward. We're going to move forward recognizing and learning and remembering all the lessons that the past had to teach us, so that we can lay down a good foundation for those who are coming behind us. It is up to us to do good work so that somebody will remember to call your name when you're not here. That's what libation is about. When you do good work, then people will remember you and call your name. So let us continue to do good work so that one day when we're not in this body, somebody will call your name. And I joke with my people all the time. I say, because if you don't, I'm going to come and sit on your bed and sing 99 bottles of beer in the key of H. So I want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who has committed to continue to do this work, to continue to show up, to continue to work through the struggle, to continue to do this. Thank you to everybody who has put their hand to the plow. You know, again, we got everybody up in the house. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. So I'm going to go back and sit down, but I want one more time, just put your hands together to celebrate the goodness. Come on, you can come on, put your hands together and celebrate the goodness of the day.
So thank you, Bishop Cheeks, for summarizing what it means to be celebrating 35 years. And so we're going to now step back a taste and bring us on the journey that got us to 35 years.
As we collected stories from our community, we saw that people understood that there was something powerful in coming together. And those people 35 years ago called out your name. And we're here to honor them. And we ask you in turn, in your time and in your generation, to then call out the names of the next generation, but to make a space for each other, but a space that is this diverse, a space that is this loving.
And as we reflect 35 years ago, I think about a couple of proverbs. And there is an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So perhaps that is what the founders had in mind. And then it was Mother Teresa who said, I can do things you cannot,
You can do things I cannot. Together, we can do great things. So perhaps that was in mind. And as we move forward, I just want to mention the names of the founders and the pioneers, and then we'll invite those folks to come forward. Joe Pomper, Daniel Hayes, Christian Yoder, Joe Sophos, Alan Armas, Robert Michael Van Zant, Bishop Rainey Cheeks, whom you've already heard from, Charles Butler, and Imam Abdullah. So I know that some of these folks are here tonight, so I'd like to invite you to come forward at this time.
There. We want to thank you for dreaming us up, and if you have a word to share, this is a time for you to do so.
I've been with this service for 33 of the 35 years. I took over when one of the founders, Joe Pomper, had to leave overseas, and I said, somebody's got to do it. And one of the reasons I did was because of an adage offered by the great sage Hillel, who lived about the 2nd century before the Common Era. He said, if I am not for myself, who will be for me? But if I am only for myself, what am I? And if not now, when? And so it was time.
I became a part of this interfaith service probably because of I'm sure because of our founder, Dr. James S. Tinney, insisted that we all become part of this worship. And so that I did become part. And I have been, I supposedly, since the early 80s, a part of the worship service up until last year, in fact. I missed last year because of a foot reconstruction, and I could not walk for months. But I'm certainly glad that I'm able to be here tonight. I find this an important part of the community, the LGBTQAI, whatever alphabets community. If there's anything that I have found missing, I've lived here in Washington now for 44 years that come in a few weeks. And so one of the things that I often do find missing in our community is spirit. And I look forward to this worship each year as it does bring spirit to our community. Thank you.
I put a few words in the bulletin, and tonight I can hardly talk. That has been, for me, one of the big challenges at this service. Normally I'm singing. Normally I am not silent. And yet tonight I have been made silent and made humble by the many voices and the many faces that are here. My bio's in the program, you can read that. But I've been here I've been in Washington since 1975 and have been a part of this service since its foundation. I'm one of maybe 5 people that can say that. It's just an amazing thing to change faces, to change voices, to change faiths and still be welcomed at every single point. Much of the time, I have been asked to write poetry, which is woven into a service. That has been my gift, is to try to take many voices and make something beautiful from many strands of tradition. So that I invite you all to start doing. Make the poetry of your lives sing, because then they will last generations after you. Thank you.
And just so that you know, you saw these individuals receiving certificates, and I just want to let you know what the language is. It is a certificate of honor that is presented to each of them with gratitude for their pioneering work with Interfaith and the broader Washington, D.C. community to co-found the Interfaith Pride Service, fostering and advancing a legacy of creative and respectful interfaith collaboration that continues today. So, there you go. And I should tell you that I'm Reverend James Ross from First Congregational United Church of Christ in Washington, D.C. And now I'd like to call up the planners for this year's service: Jacqueline Laughlin, Reverend Diane Kosa McCrae Peters, Bishop Allison Nelson Abrams, me, Reverend James Ross, Sean Gotridge, David Marin, and then I also want to invite a few other people up. David Mariner from the DC Center, as well as Nancy McMahon Farrar, and Charles Keener. And likewise, we'd invite you to make very brief comments if you'd like to offer words now. Or not.
I just want to say that it is an honor and a pleasure to be a part of any part of planning this incredible event. It takes a whole village to make it happen. And I'm going to put a plug in while I'm standing here that next year, the choir that we organize, that I'm going to see some of your faces and hear some of your voices.
Hear, hear.
That's prophetic, and it will happen. Thank you.
I started working on the service in 2000 when they had the Millennial March. They had the interfaith service at my church, and the Reverend Ken South and Alan and some of us put together a service for that, and then we continued for several years as the celebration of the Spirit before it was taken over by the Center of Faith in recent years. And there are two things I learned in that. One is that there is truth and beauty in every single faith tradition that I experienced in this, both in the unique, specific things about that faith and also in the commonality that we all have. And the second thing I learned in this process is, as the late, great Maya Angelou said, we are all more alike than we are unalike.
Just want to say it's an honor to be a part of organizing this to help meet the needs, the spiritual needs of every person that is in our community. And so we do hope that we will get the word out to even more people, and it will be standing room only next year.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
your burden yours. The taller I become, the further you take my rights away, the faster I will run. You can deny me, you can decide to turn your face away. No matter there's something inside so strong, I know that I can make it, 'cause you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You thought that my pride was gone. Oh no, there's something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. Why you refuse to hear my voice? The louder I will sing. You hide behind walls of Jericho. Your lies are tumbling. Deny my place in time. You squander wealth as mine. Pride will shine so brightly. Something inside so strong. I know that I can make it, though you do me wrong, so wrong. You thought my pride was gone. Oh no, there's something inside so strong. Something inside so strong. Brothers and sisters, sister, we know better. Just look in the eyes and say, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. Something inside so strong. I know that I can make it, but you're doing me wrong, so wrong. You thought my pride was gone. Oh no, there's something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong.
It's giving time. Somebody get excited. All right, so when I say it's giving time, you say God is good. It's giving time. It's giving time. All right, we know it's a blessing to be able to give. We know the Bible says, give and it will be given to you. They will pour into your lap a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, with no space left for more. For with the standard of measurement you use when you do good to others, it will be measured to you in return. That's Luke 6:38. And so I love the fact that they sang something inside so strong. So I need that something that y'all feel inside to motivate you to give to the DC Center or the Center of Faith on tonight. We want to give and sow into the Center of Faith. We know that we are sowing into a center that does sow into the citizens in this community and citizens everywhere. We are sowing into a center that sows love. We're sowing into a center that sows hope. We're sowing into a center that sows joy and peace. Hopefully I'm not talking too fast. We are sowing into a center that sows affirmation. Anybody glad to be affirmed on tonight? Glad to be affirmed in your authenticity and in who you are. And so the Center of Faith affirms us, and it affirms us in who we are as spiritual beings, and it lets us know that it's not an oxymoron to be spiritual and to be gay. It's not an oxymoron to be spiritual and to be lesbian. It's not an oxymoron to be spiritual and to be transgender or to be bisexual. So we have to understand that we are sowing into fertile ground on tonight when we sow into Center of Faith. And so I'm asking everyone to take your offering out. Everybody in this room knows that when you come to a church, when you go to a synagogue, when you go to the mosque, when you go to any place of faith, you got to be ready to give. Am I right? Don't sleep on me tonight. The energy is low. It always gets low when it's time to give. I need y'all to bring the energy back up. Bring the energy back up. And so you need to know that your donations will go to a meaningful nonprofit that's making an impact in the lives of people everywhere. And so I want to say that the church that I pastor, Empowerment Liberation Cathedral, we want to start this off. We have our check tonight. The members of ELC, would you stand? The leadership is here, some of the leadership, and we are presenting a check to Center of Faith for $50. So I need somebody else to join me in giving to the Center of Faith on tonight. We know that there are many faith backgrounds that are represented in this place on tonight. We want to thank you all for being here, people from different faith and different backgrounds, different spiritual beliefs. We are all one before God. And so we thank you for being here on tonight and participating on the program. But this is a time where you can all participate. Those of you who have just observed the worship on tonight, you have an opportunity to participate at this time. And so we're going to ask the ushers if they would come forth. If you prepare your offering, prepare your donation, prepare your giving, whatever you want to call it. And we also have a way for you to give online if you just happen to have not remembered that you were supposed to give when you came in here on tonight. If you would go to the Facebook Center Faith DC Center website or Facebook site, you can also make your donations there. And so at this time, we ask that you would take out your checkbooks, take out your cash. I'm not sure if we can take a credit card on tonight, but please do take out the money that you have prepared to give and be a blessing to the Center of Faith on tonight. And so ushers, if you all would begin to collect the offerings of the people. And I want you to know that the funds that you give to the Center of Faith are going to be used for work throughout the year that they'll be doing in the community. Also, they are planning some interfaith forums, and so many of you will get a chance to participate. Some of the people you know may have the opportunity to participate or even be on the panel with some of these forums. And so we do want to support the Center of Faith, that they're doing great work in this community. And we know that when we sow, we want to sow into fertile ground. We want to know that our seed is being planted in a good place. And I want to let you know that the Center of Faith is a good place to sow on tonight. So that $5 you were thinking about giving, please do quadruple that $5 on tonight. All right, and so we ask that you would stretch in your giving and know that the Center of Faith is depending upon each and every one of you to help to keep the Center of Faith open and to help to keep the Center of Faith being able to bless those in the community. One thing that I heard that I did like that Reverend Eric shared with me is that also the Center of Faith does talk with those who are not people of faith and who may not have a faith as of yet. And they help them to know that it's okay to be a spiritual person. It's okay to believe in something. And we need more of those conversations. We need more people in our community letting folks know that it is okay to have a faith. It is okay to have belief. It is okay to be a Christian, to be a Muslim, to be whatever it is that you believe you're supposed to be. It is okay. And so that is what the Center, one of the things the Center of Faith does. And so once again, we ask that you would stretch in your giving and give how you understand the center needs support. If you make a check out, make your check payable to Center Faith. Center Faith is who you should make your checks payable to. Once again, we thank you all for coming out on tonight. We cannot do this without you. These Interfaith Pride services are put on through your giving and through all that the people give from this community. So thank you once again for all that you have given on tonight. Hopefully you all didn't just look at me. You did reach in your pockets and give. You did take out your checkbooks and give, or you did go online and give. Thank you so much again for all that you do to help the Center of Faith.
but we've made it this far, haven't we? Haven't we made it this far? Has anybody been through some stuff on your journey? Y'all got really quiet right there. Nobody's had any problems. It's just been a nice, peaceful journey. You walked outside, it was just sunshine every day. But for those people that have been through some stuff, is there anybody that's a survivor tonight? You've been through some bad relationships. You've been through some medical problems. Maybe your life was in danger, but I just need the survivors who aren't ashamed to just wave their hands and just say, I'm a survivor. Yes, I'm a survivor. I've been through some things, but I'm a survivor. Come on, let's go, band. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Come on, y'all can stand up for a minute. Come on, we're going to have a little bit of church. The song says, I did it. Think I could make it. Statistics said I should be dead by now. Trouble and wars all around us. Even the doctors has surely counted me out. But after all I've been through, I've had to face, and he turned it in every way. Come on, say I survived it. Any survivors in the house? Come on. I survived it. Come on, say it again. I survived it. Now I can go on. Let's do that again. I did it. Think I could make it. See, statistics, they surely I should be dead by now. Troubles and wars all around me. See, the doctors surely had counted me out. But after all that I've been through, he was there, and then he turned it. I survived it. Come on, you can put your hands on it right there. Come on. I survived it. Any survivors in the house? I survived it. So now I can go on. See, when trouble, when something stands in my way, I know I can make it. You can't tell them everything you've been through, but I won't cease. I'll just pray my way through. I know I can take it. Say that again. When trouble stands in my way, I know I can make it. See, I won't cease. I'll just praise. I'll just praise my way through. That's how I'll take it. Come on, put your foot on it. Say, I survive. I survived it. Where the survivors at? Come on. I survived it. They had written you off, but you made it back. Stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. So come what may. I'll be okay. I survived it. Come on, survivors. You can say it with us. Come on. I survived it. Don't be ashamed. Come on, we're here together. I survived it. Stay right there. So stay right there. So come what may, I'll be okay. One more time. I survived it. Oh, come on, I need somebody who's not ashamed to say it. I survived it. Come on. Everybody say. I survived it. So come what may. So come what may, I'll be okay. I survived it. Come on, you can catch that, come on. I survived it. Come on, survivors, wave your hands, come on. I survived it. Come on and say, so come what may. So come what may, I'll be okay. I survived it. Yeah, I like that right there. I survived it. I survived it. Come on, don't be afraid, come on. I survived it. So come what may. So come what may. y'all. Come on, y'all. This is for us. This is for us. Come on. So come. One day I'll be okay. I survived it. Yeah, we're going to dance on this thing in a moment. Come on. I survived it. Now I can go on. Come on, DC, come on. Come on, DC, come on. Come on, man. Can I get y'all to say something for me? One family living in love. Can y'all say that? You like that? Come on, let's sing it together one time. Here we go, come on. One family living in love. Oh yeah, I like it, sounds so sweet. Come on, do it again. Do it again. Here we go, say. One family living in love. Yeah. Come on, get a partner. Get a partner, tell them. One family living in love. Yeah, yeah. One family, come on, say. One family living in love. Say it again, say one. One family living in love. One more time. One family living in love. Come on, y'all, come on, y'all. One more time, one family, one family. Say it again, say one family. Come on, one family. Take it home, man. Come on, y'all.
Happy Pride, what a celebration, what a celebration. All right. Join with me as we read the responsive reading of Return to Love. If you need your cell phones for some extra light, you can do that too. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? Your playing small does not serve the world. We are all meant to shine as children do. And as we let our, it's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others.
So here we are again, another Pride season, another interfaith service, and in a moment we're going to walk out of these sacred doors, hopefully feeling a little better, more inspired, fueled up, and ready for the journey ahead. Because on the other side of those doors, there's still challenge. There's still strife. There is still hatred and pain. But as we move to the other side of those doors, we carry with us hope, with potential. We carry love and we carry joy. So together we stand united because we are proud
that we are. Whoever, whatever, however, we're here. And there is nothing that can tear us down when we stand united. Don't cry. Let the angels wipe the tears from your eyes. Don't fear, even though it's like the sun just disappeared. Well, they can take away my pride, 'cause I'm stronger than I've ever been before. Oh,
Sending prayers of love, proud of who we are. We stand united, we stand united, sending prayers of hope, stronger than what we know. We stand united, we stand united.
We stand together, we stand tall, like when they make us dance out of Stonewall. That's proof that if we're together, we both fall. That's proof that if we're together, we won't fall. 'Cause love is love, no hate, and love wins. You heard that? We stand tall, we're all together, and trans lives matter. Bring them all back.
no shame. Forgiveness helps to heal all your pain. And we're here, even though it's like the sun surrounds you so near. Oh, they can take away my pride, 'cause we're stronger than we've ever been before. Oh,
Sending prayers of love, proud of who we are. We stand united, we stand united, sending prayers of hope, stronger than what we know. We stand united, we stand united.
When we stay together, there's nothing we can't achieve. No matter race or creed, we just gotta believe. We are all survivors. We just gotta keep fighting. They try to take our pride, but we just gotta keep fighting. Time is right now. No more talking about it. We're good. We are doctors and lawyers. And when we stand together, we'll be victorious.
Sending prayers of love, proud of who we are. Stand united, stand united, sending prayers of hope, stronger than what we know. We stand united, stand united, sending prayers of love, proud of who we are. Stand united, stand united, stand united, sending prayers of hope, stronger than what we know. Stand united, stand united.
look at your neighbor, somebody next to you. Grab them by the hand, if you can. Look them in the face and tell them, we stand united. We stand united. We stand united. Come on and stand up and tell somebody, we stand united. Oh, sending prayers of love. We are stand united. We stand united. Stand united. We stand united. Sending prayers of love. Stronger than what we are. Stand united. We stand united. Stand united. Sending prayers of love. Stronger than what we are. hug somebody, love on somebody, meet somebody you didn't know before. We stand united.